Afternoon. Well, I did it. I am a legal beaver. I passed my motorcycle driving test, and I took my first extended ride today on the new bike. I went to Boonville and had lunch today, and then rode back. That's about a little over an hour round trip, probably about an hour and a half. And bike rode beautifully. It's a nice day. It's a little hot right now though. It's 94 degrees right now. I actually got there early. Anthony came with me. He drove the bike up there. It was only about 10 minutes away from where I took the test. But you're not allowed to drive it up there, so I had him drive it so I didn't have to trailer it this morning because I had to go drop Mom off at the airport. She is on her way back to Florida. So I got up early this morning, drove to the airport, dropped her off, and then drove straight back to go take my test. And they actually let me take it about an hour and a half early. I didn't even get off the bike good before the lady walked out the door. And went down to a parking lot and took the test. The test wasn't hard at all. Within 10 minutes I was done. And she went in and tested somebody else too. And I passed with flying colors. She stuck her hand out the window and was like, give me the thumbs up. It's a done deal. So went back, had to get a new picture and new driver's license and all of that. It only cost me $16. Can't beat that. Yep, done deal. Now tomorrow I'm going to be taking the longest ride on this bike because I got to go back to Harley and get them to fix that gasket that didn't get put on right when they fixed the check valve where the gas was leaking. So I got an appointment there in the morning, so I will head there tomorrow. Anthony might be going with me tomorrow on his bike, and maybe even Roxanne. So we'll see. He's supposed to let me know this evening if he's going to be able to make the trip or not. Hopefully they can. It'd be cool to take a little road trip with those guys. But now there's going to be a whole lot more riding going on now that I got my M endorsement back on my license. So yeah, it's been a busy morning. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. Went to bed. I was helping my mom with YouTube stuff until about 12:30 last night. Then took a shower and all that, and then got to bed, and then woke up at like 5:45 this morning. That way I could get her to the airport on time. So yeah, I've been on the move, and it was hot. By the time I took my test and everything, got my license, it was already the heat of the day, and wearing that leather and that helmet. Ooh, it's hot. Hot. But I'm glad that all of that is done. That was definitely a process to get all of that done with having to set appointments up and all of that. But I'm ready to ride. So hopefully Tim will be able to come over soon, and Anthony and stuff, and we'll all go. We're talking about doing like a little weekend trip somewhere and doing some like primitive camping type stuff along the way, which would be pretty cool. That's a good way to see the country. Always kind of wanted to do something like that. It's not that easy when you ride the crotch rockets. Back in the day, there's no storage to be able to keep a little tent or a little roll up little sleeping pad or anything like that. So it'll be my first experience of doing something like that, so that'll be really cool. After I get back from Fort Smith tomorrow, probably sometime next week, I think I'm gonna take a trip up Mount Magazine with it because I've never rode a bike up a steep mountain. So something I want to do, challenge myself. I want to keep practicing. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've rode a bike, since my early 20s. So I want to get as much experience and practice as I can on it, because practice makes perfect, and the more comfortable you can get with your bike, the better, and the safer that you are. Man, that bike sounds good. It sounds good, and it gets compliments everywhere you go. I like it. I like it. So thank you, Miss Charlene. I appreciate it. It's hard to be in a bad mood when you're taking a nice ride on a motorcycle, I'll tell you. It's I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it today. I was a little nervous with the test. I wasn't too nervous, but I was a little bit nervous, just the unknown. Just because it's been so long since I've taken it, I didn't know what all's changed and stuff like that. And honestly, I don't even remember what all I had to do the first time. But this one wasn't difficult at all, so, which is a good thing because that Harley is heavy. The Joker is heavy, heavy. My mom ended up having a great trip though. She was very thankful for all the help. And thank you guys for going over there and checking out her channel and watching her videos. She loves to see those numbers climbing on those videos. Made her happy. She talked about it all weekend. So it was cool. We got to hang out. She got to meet a lot of the people around here that she hasn't got a chance to meet yet. So that was cool at the barbecue for Father's Day. I'll be editing tonight. I'll be putting a video out on Come On Homesteading tomorrow. I'll have it scheduled by the end of the night to go out tomorrow while I'm making the Fort Smith trip. And also I'll be doing a Keeping It Real while I'm out tomorrow too. And I'm going to set some cameras up on the bike and stuff and get some real good footage. I'm not really set up that well to record on the bike yet, but I will. I want to run a couple different cameras, get a couple different views where it's like y'all are riding with me. So that's the plan for the future, because I do plan on doing a little bit of relaxing and riding and enjoyment and stuff this summer, and not just work all summer. It's too hot to just work yourself to death all summer out here. I did that last year and I'm still feeling the effects with the elbow and all that other stuff, and the blood pressure from last year and all of that. Last summer whooped my booyakaka, and this summer I'm not doing that. I'm not going to push myself that hard this summer. I don't have to. I'm at a comfortable state there at the cabin, and there's all kinds of little projects that need to get done that I don't have to kill myself with. So that's the goal on that. As soon as I get this last little bit of Harley stuff situated tomorrow, hopefully that's the last of the Harley saga, with getting it completely fixed. I got some projects I need to get started on in the house. One of them is that road. It's finally dried out enough that we can start running lift down it with the box blade and start leveling it out again, because it is bumpy right now. Very, very bumpy. So I want to get that done. I got some more land to clear. I'll also be moving the goats next week too. I want to move the goats again before I go to Freedom Weekend. That way they got some nice green eateries and stuff to eat while I'm out of town, because I won't be here to let them out, and I don't want who's homestead setting for me to let the animals out while I'm gone. So they come back for me. I don't know if they'll come back for anybody else, so we'll see. Got all the cows out there grazing. It's a beautiful day though. I was worried. It was supposed to rain last week when I scheduled this driving test. It was supposed to rain first thing in the morning, so I scheduled it as late as I could schedule it, which was 11:15 today, because it wasn't supposed to be raining at that time. Last night, whenever I checked, that was the only time it was supposed to rain, and I was like, no, don't do this to me, Arkansas, because it says on there if it's raining, the classes are canceled. And then I looked this morning and the weather cleared up and it wasn't going to rain at that time, and it ended up being a beautiful day. So I got lucky. Yeah, this is going to be a short one, guys. I am tired. We'll get a little bit more in detail later on this week of what's all going to be happening here this weekend and stuff. Adeline is at the movies. She went with the Drifted Dreamers and Serenity and Simple Life Reclaim, and the kids. Simple Life Reclaim had dentist appointments and stuff they needed to go do today, so they all decided to go to the movies. So Addie is stoked, and she didn't even realize all the kids were going to be going. So while I was out taking Mom to the airport and getting my license and all of that, Addie's getting to have a lot of fun and go see a movie. So She's a happy camper. Happy camper. Alright guys, well, love every single one of y'all. Do something nice for somebody today. Take another step closer to your goals. Show y'all a little view happening. But definitely, and I do mean definitely, keep it real. Come on.